Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. My name is Lynn, and if you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, welcome back. So, I am looking at a couple things today. And just a pre-warning, if you're new and chatting bothers you, I understand. It's not everybody's thing. So I do talk a lot. And I don't apologize for it because it's who I am. Just like if you are the type of person that can't handle that and you leave, I won't hold that against you. So anyway, I have a couple things going on in the process. I'm about to freeze. It's early. And, yeah, I'm actually having my first, I drink water as soon as I wake up, but then I drink a Mountain Dew for, like, my coffee and to give me caffeine boost. Because, you know, even though y'all normally see me with tea, my tea is herbal blends, so they don't have any caffeine. That's my shot of caffeine. It's the only caffeine I have all day. But it's enough. It's enough for me. Okay. So, I showed this in my thumbnail. And yes, it's got pieces hanging off of it. And all right, you know my try that again. And that's with me just now opening this before I clicked record. My co-host is kind of making noises, so I don't know if I will have to pause the video and let her take her to do her business or not. But anyway, if you don't know, I won't say her name, but she is a husky, and her name is M-A-Y-A. I can't say her name because it'll make her jump down and come ask me to go potty. And I want to get this recorded before I do. So, it's not finished. But the spring fling bag, I said I was interested in making one that's a little smaller. So I was thinking about maybe doing like half the okay, I think she's coming anyway. What? You gonna say hey? You gonna say hey, Maya? She's just cocking her head looking at me. Anyway, so the spring fling bag I wanted to do, I know you want to go out there with them birds, but you can't go out with the birds. We have a huge flock of red-breasted robins invading the yard right now. But anyway, I was going to do like half of that rectangle of the spring fling bag on the cast on, and I tried that and I was like, oh, that's going to be way too small. So I added a few extra stitches and said, okay, let's try this. And it's a pretty small bag, but I think it'll work. And I could do it any kind of way. You know, I can change the color orientation. I could do it like have those two together, or I like this the best because, you know, purple and yellow, and I told y'all about purple and yellow with me and my mama. But it's so funny because these are on the opposite ends of the color wheel too. So, yeah, it makes both ways. And then I could have the hot pink and the purple. So, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I might crochet the strap for this. Are you fussing at me? I should have known. I mean, she went out like an hour ago. So I thought I was safe to, make my video. Silly, silly me. I think what it is the birds. She just went potty, so you're going to have to go lay down. Thank you. Anyway, so this might be a prototype, so to speak. It's still the Spring Fling Bag pattern by Crochet Dreams with a Z. I will put that down below. Sorry, I'm writing myself a note. Anyway, so I'm thinking, that I might crochet the handle, the strap on this one. I don't know quite what I'm going to use, what design I'm going to use for the handle. We'll see. We'll see. But I love this pattern. And it's so simple and it's so much fun to do. But I think I might do, because the only problem I have is these, it's like a gusset type bowing on the fabric where you are taking a rectangle and, folding it and sewing it together. So I might do these like granny squares, but not granny squares, because the granny square, the sunflower cardigan, the hexie cardi that I did, I liked doing those, but oh, you know what? I could do this design and just do squares instead of doing rectangles. I could do that. I might try that next. Oh, look at the little shape it makes. Isn't that pretty? Almost like a peacock feather, but not quite. Anyway, can you tell she's distracting me? Just a little. All right, I'm gonna take her out. She might be surprising me. Be back in a minute. Okay, sorry about that. She did indeed have to go to the restroom, surprisingly. So, where was I at? Oh, so I'll let y'all know how this comes about. I don't really know what my plans are. Maya, come here. Maya, come here. Since she interrupted me, she gets to say hi to y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. I got a treat. Come on. No. I think I'm going to have to help her up here. Come here. Here we go. There you go. Here you go. Good girl. This is Maya. This is my little talking co-host. And she's still watching the birds. All right, baby. Good girl. She doesn't like to jump on me, so I have to kind of make her and pick her up. Unless we're in the recliners, because mine and my husband's recliners are, sorry. The wind's blowing like crazy in my hair, but I didn't even look when I come back in. I literally took my Crocs off, unhooked her leash, and sat down. So, anyway, my husband, mine and my husband's recliners are side by side without any table. I mean, literally, sometimes he'll rock his recliner and I'll rock mine. They're so close. But if I'm sitting in my recliner, when she comes out of the bedroom, she'll jump up in my husband's recliner and lay on me. And she'll literally lay her head right here on top of my arm while I'm knitting and crocheting. I'm like, okay. But when I'm sitting here in this chair, she doesn't like to jump on my lap because we had to train her very early in life to not jump on me because I have very, very crepey, fragile skin. And it tears really, really easy. I mean, y'all see, I have boo-boos left and right all the time. It's because my skin is paper thin. And I've had that for many, many years. And, you know, it's hereditary. My grandmother had it. My mother had it early in life. I don't understand why our skin gets so crepey so young. It could be I don't know what it is. Because my grandmother had no Indian in her. My mother was half Indian. So, and, you know, I got a drop. So, who knows? I mean, technically, no, my mother was a quarter Indian because my grandfather was half American Indian, Cherokee, matter of fact. But, so whatever this is with our skin, I think comes down my grandmother's line. But anyway, we had to teach her very young, from a very early age, that she couldn't jump on me because she would rip me to shreds. So, you've met my co-host. She's my little sweetheart. But anyway, it was so funny because we went outside and to let her go potty, and the squirrels were out, the birds were out. Well, I told y'all the birds were out, but as we were walking down the ramp, because if you've been with my channel any length of time, you know there was a few years I had to use a wheelchair when my knees got really, really bad. And what? It's been 5 minutes. What? I don't have any more treats. No more treats. She didn't do number 2, which she did over an hour ago, so I don't know. You need to go lay down, boo-boo. You need to go lay down. Anyway, so I had to use a wheelchair for a few years, and I have a ramp. So I still use my ramp. You know, stairs are still kind of wonky for me sometimes. But anyway, we're going down the ramp, and I see 3 squirrels before I even touch ground. I'm thinking, this wildlife is making it really hard for me to walk this dog out here and let her do her business. So it's kind of interesting. Just what, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Let me slow my thoughts down. So, I have my t-shirt finished. And I meant to show you this morning. I was going to wear it. But then I realized the shorts I'm wearing are my house shorts that I'm not going to show on camera. And I don't want to go in the bedroom and wake my husband up. So, I'll show you next time. I promise. Why are you so vocal this morning, boo-boo? Huh? So, I am going to show you the bags that I've been making. Now, okay. Little confession time. I'm recording this video the day after my last video. And the only reason is because I did so many bags. Some of the liners I already had made. So, I just wanted to show y'all. Well, I mean, it's not a whole lot of bags. It's only 4 bags. And technically, only 3 of them were made last night. But that's a lot of bags in one night. Well, technically, it was yesterday and last night. So, you know, it was the whole day. It wasn't just last night. What, Maya? There's no way you have to go back outside. Go lay down. I'm going to put you in your room. Okay. I'm going to give you a bath. Normally when Papa says that, she runs. She ain't running right now. So this right here is a hot pink bandana fabric. And this was, or is, going to that podcaster I was telling y'all about. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to wait till she shows it on her channel. Then I'll tell y'all. Okay? But I love this. Now, she did have one request that I don't do in my bags normally because I don't like they're just the pain. Now, if I had done, maybe if I do, I don't know. Anyway, I did the white, but then I did a little pocket, 2 little pockets, and I do mean little pockets. I mean, they'll hold your phone or notions or whatnot, but I used some of the same color fabric that I used out here on the top of that lining for her pockets. I love that. She said that her only 2 requests was, could I put a pocket inside and a neon. I was like, okay. Well, I have a couple neon fabrics in the bandana type fabric, so I was like, you know what? Let me see if she likes it. And this is the one she fell in love with. Which when I showed her this with the black, she's like, you know what I think why don't we just go crazy and go all neon? Because I showed her a pink, a green, a yellow. I think that's all I showed her. Yeah, it was pink, green, yellow, and orange. She's like, what about instead of black, could you do neon yellow? And I didn't have a problem doing that. I laid it out and took a picture of it and sent it to her. And I said, you know, if you do want to do the neon yellow and the neon pink, I can just put the neon in black on my website. No big deal. Well, she come back with, yeah, that might be a little, it's pretty, but it might be a little much. So she'll stick with the pink and black. I said, okay, no worries. We'll do that. And I really love the contrast. I really do. I'm thinking about using some of the neon colors that I have and literally making some for the website. They won't have pockets. But I do like that. I like that look. Now, I showed y'all in my last video my Georgia bags and all that, right? The Alabama bag. Yes, I know. So when I bought the Alabama fabric, I bought a couple more fabrics. And right now, I'm trying to think. Because I bought a couple more fabrics. There's some really loud going on. There's some loud bird that she crawled up under my leg, or in front of my leg, up under my desk to look out the window. But anyway, so it's local teams to me, because that's what fabric I have access to right now. So I did a Florida Gator, right? And it has the white lining. It has the yellow lining in it. And again, these drawstring bags, perfect match. I love it. Now, these bags were really, really fun. Even though I don't pull for them, I mean, hello. I need to find some Carolina Gamecock fabric. Because, I mean, yeah, I live in South Carolina. Speaking of South Carolina, I have the Clemson Tigers. That one has a yellow. That one has an orange liner as well. And it's so amazing to me that the way colors play together. And again, the drawstrings, y'all. Look at this. I ordered this one specifically for this. And then I think I already had the blue. So I think it was just I ordered the light purple for my Easter bags, and then the dark purple for this bag, and then the light blue for the Easter bag. So I need to get selling a lot of these bags to pay for some of that stuff. But anyway, I love that purple. That purple just sings to me in my hair. Sorry, I had a long piece of my hair. But isn't that gorgeous? I mean, yes, I know, it's Clemson. But the purple, y'all, the purple. I mean, purple and blue. My two colors, right? Red and black are my colors. But as far as my favorite colors, it's blue and purple. Let me get these down. I don't want to get them on my thing here. Alright, so my last bag. And these are all theme bags, but yes, team bags. But since I am in the Carolinas, I have a Carolina Panthers. And that has a white lining. I was going to do blue liner on this, but I don't have that exact kind of blue, so I thought it would be best. And I didn't really want to do black liners, a black liner again. What is y'all's opinion on that? I've done black liners, I've done red liners, I've done, but I figured white would be easier than the dark to find your stuff in your bag. So what do you think? Should I stick with the lighter liners, or like in a bag like this, go with the dark? I don't know. So I was a bag making fool, and I'm excited to go ahead and get these uploaded. Because I have to make the whole listings and all for them, but I gotta take pictures. I gotta take the pictures from the ones I showed y'all yesterday, and I gotta take the pictures for these. So yeah, so I have a lot of pictures to take, and it's a beautiful sunny morning, so we're gonna get some pictures made. Anyway, I thought I heard something behind me, but I realized I left my camera on. Oh, I see my little bunny. I put her, so she could kind of be an inanimate co-host. Yeah, I'm doing good this morning. I'm doing real good. That's okay. I'm having a ball. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and it's fun. Okay, so in my last video, all the way to yesterday. Normally I don't. Oops. Normally I don't go all this silly, but I do apologize. I woke up in this kind of mood, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm in a good mood. I'm sorry that I'm being goofy on camera. No, actually, not really. Y'all look. Y'all know me and my nails. This poor little nail I broke almost a month ago, way back, almost at the cuticle, and I nursed it and I nursed it and I nursed it, and finally it broke. And I have this itty bitty short little stubby thing, which feels really weird. I'm not gonna put a fake tip on it or anything. That'll just that'll irritate me. So I have to deal with not having a nail on that finger. And that's really, I don't realize how much I use my fingernails. in the course of a day until I break one off and I have to wait for it to slowly grow out. It's going to take a long, hot minute for that one to grow out. So, it is what it is. It's just when I felt it just now and I was like, ugh. I have to explain why I have this little short stubby. Today is a day. In a good way. So, anyway, so I had to represent my team, right? And then while I was showing y'all all these other teams. But I got a lot of photographing to do. And I do think that I'm going to, oh, you know what? Actually, I like the weight of that on my lap, on my knees. So I think I'm going to leave that on my lap while I'm talking to y'all. Because that's kind of where I'm at. I'm done showing you my makes for the moment. Oh, wait. The one I recorded yesterday that you saw a few days ago. This is the one I didn't have within reach. The little baby bag. It is so cute. I love these small bags. I carry one similar to this one just for my socks, you know. It's nice to have, you know, kind of easy portable bag, right? So I told y'all about the big, when I showed you the big one, in your world, it's a few days ago, I showed you the big one. And I said I couldn't reach the small one. Well, I moved everything over here to the right of me, or to the left of you. And I happen to see it sitting on the top because I haven't taken any pictures of them. So I have this little organizational thing to where after I take pictures and I've uploaded it on my website, I put it on my racks, right? Because that's my merchandise rack. And anything that goes on that rack, I don't have to worry about. If there's a pile that I need to get photos of and you know, put the listings on the website and all that, I know I put everything there. So sometimes I do like a bulk thing to where I'll wait and get a few things together. I don't like doing it, especially because right now I have, well, not the neon bag because that goes to the certain person that I can't name right now. I have 3 bags. I have the Alabama, the Knitting Kittens, the big version of this one. That's 4. 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 bags I have to take pictures of and upload. My Georgia bags I already had listings for, so the only thing I had to do was change those, you know, to one available. But yeah, I have to take pictures and do a mass upload and editing, and yeah, that's a lot. 7 bags is a lot to do. But I get on these kicks to where that's all I want to do. I want to sew bags, or I want to crochet market bags, or I want to knit hand towels. I go back and forth, you know, on these little kicks of I want to focus on one thing, that hyper fixation or hyper focus. And then I'll get kind of tired of that one particular thing, and then I'll take a break from it, and I will do something else. Yeah, that's where I'm at with these bags right now. Because I want to make them all. Now, when I ask y'all's opinion on this video is being recorded before I see any responses, because the last video will be going live in the morning, or it'll be upload. It's scheduled to come out in the morning, and So I don't know your answers to the questions that I asked in that video just yet. But if I did open up, if I do end up opening up custom orders, maybe then I won't have to have all the stock, you know, because I already had the request for the Alabama bag, and that's why I made that one. Oh, I did not make the second one yet. That's why I need to make my list. I told y'all I needed to make a list, because I did forget to do the other Alabama bag. All right. Yeah, I need to. Writing it down helps sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't. But anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. See, my brain's already moving on, and it's like, okay, you can get off here, you can stop recording, and you can make a bunch of liners, and yeah. Because I could make some liners and have them pre-made for when I do one of these massive sewing sessions. That's what I forgot. Dad nabbit. Alright. Hang tight. Okay, so keep in mind, this is the very first time I've ever done this. And I did it only with an inspiration photo, so I didn't have everything I needed. I could have bought a pattern, because the inspiration photo that I looked at was a pattern that I could have purchased. But y'all know me. I go off and do my own thing, right? So, and this is only the top of it. And there are improvements that I can make as I get better at this, right? But I want to show y'all. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know that I can get all of that in one shot. So I'm hoping that if I go far enough back that y'all can see it. Okay. Now, I can show you a little bit more close up. Did I make mistakes? Oh, you betcha. All right, so I'm going to try to do it over my arm here. Will I make improvements? Yes. I will get better at this. I promise. But I had a ball doing this. It's been sitting over here for a couple days because actually quite a few days, almost like a week and a half, because there's a couple things that I need to figure out how I want to do. And I got some little stray threads that I got to clip off. And then I got to clip off the dog ears, which if anybody quilts, you know, I just haven't clipped them. I haven't clipped off my dog ears yet. And some dog ears are grossly apparent and some aren't. Some of my things don't quite line up. But that's actually a lot more common in new quilters than I realized. I was being really, really hard on myself for not lining everything up perfectly. But that will come with time. That will come with experience. That will come with, you know, that will come with time. And if you notice, I did a theme of polka dots. because while I don't mind using different fabrics, I don't know if I'm going to ever be one of those really eclectic people that can go complete patchwork with their fabrics, and I don't know. I'm just now starting on this journey, so I have no clue. Now, I did post on Instagram when I first did this. I had all my little squares cut out. I had a different green. It was more of a hunter green, and this is a Kelly green. Well, as far as my rainbow, I prefer the Kelly green. I mean, the Kelly green, the bright green, not the darker hunter green. So, when I took the Instagram photo, I didn't have any of the darker green, the lighter green. So, shortly after I posted that, when I went to work the next day I worked, I didn't work the next day, but the next time I worked, I grabbed me, I want to say about 3/4 of a yard, almost a yard. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that much. I don't even think it was 3/4. It might have been a half a yard, because I knew, and it wasn't on sale, so I wasn't going to. I knew what I was going to use it for, and I didn't mind having a little bit left over, but I didn't want a whole lot left over because I'm not a huge green person. I need to fix that. And about my buying, because if and when I ever do show, it won't be in this space. Whether I do my son's room, old room, or the porch, and I'm leaning toward my son's old room. I know I said forever ago that I was going to make that decision. I still haven't yet. I'm still in my little cubby. I haven't done any construction. But, yeah. Anyway. So, when and if I ever show y'all the setup that I have with my cloth, you'll see that there's not a whole lot of green. Even with my yarn, though, I don't have a whole lot of green color. And I should. Especially if I'm making things that won't stay with me. Because a lot of people love green. My best friend's favorite color is green. She's a huge Prince fan, so people would think it was purple. But she really doesn't like purple at all. She loves green. So, in fact, one day I made her, I don't know that I ever gave it to her. I cross-stitched her the Prince symbol. And I was going to make a keychain out of it. And I made it in purple. That might be why. I don't think I ever gave it to her. Because I made it in purple because it was classic Prince color. But I was like, that would look so much more for her if I'd done the Prince symbol in cross-stitch in green. So I think if I go looking through my stuff in that cabinet there behind the camera, I would probably find that. And it would be the purple version. So, that's a note to myself. Because I made her, the very first market bag I ever made was for her. And I did it in green and cream. Because she loves green. But, anyway. I need to expand my color choices. I guess is my final thought on that one. But, I had a ball doing this. And these are all 3-inch square. So, technically, they ended up being probably 2.5 inches. Now, I know a jelly roll is a 2.5 inch strip, but that's what you start with. These were 3 inches. Yep. Just a little over 2.5. So, I just cut all my squares 3 inches. And then I cut my triangles, and then I cut these triangles. And let me tell you, there was some math involved in that. There was some math involved in this whole table runner. But this is going to be my table runner. And I haven't decided what I want to do as far as the middle. I have my backing picked out of some remnants over here. And I'll show y'all that later, because I would have to stand up, and I told y'all I'm in my comfy house shorts, and I'm not showing those on camera. Just not doing it. So I'll show y'all that, but it's got something to do with dots. It ties in. So I don't know what I want to do. This is not the table runner that I told y'all once before that I was going to do. That would be two-sided, you know. I would not put any pots or pans on this. For one, it's too light. So I'm not going to put I'm not going to make the batting the Insul Bright, which really makes me mad, because I was wanting to get some from work, and I didn't get a chance to. But so I'm not really sure what, if any of you do quilt, what kind of batting do you use? Do you use the polyfill batting that's 100% polyester? Do you do like the 80-20 cotton poly? Hold on. The 80-20, is that 80 polyester, 20 cotton, or 80 cotton, 20 poly? I could probably look that up. But if you know, tell me. Or should I do all cotton? I know there's pros and cons, and everybody has their personal preference, but I'm new at this, you know? I'm very new at this. So that customer did ask me, and I forgot to finish this thought on the last video. The customer asked me if I was a quilter, and she says, so do you quilt? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. But I am beginner. I'm the beginner. I'm beginning to beginner. And she asked me if I was part of a guild, and I was like, no. I don't even know what a guild is. So she told me the guild that she belonged to, and I put it in my phone so that I would remember it later. And I do have that in my search history, but I didn't check into it yet. So, I mean, maybe a guild is something like a yarn and knitting group, maybe, for quilters. Y'all know? But anyway, I had a ball doing this little rainbow runner. And I know that the choice of batting is just as individual as the quilter. So I haven't decided how I'm going to quilt this yet. Once I do find out what backing, or what batting, I already know what back I want. What batting that I want to put in here. But I think I'm going to go and put that foot on my sewing machine that lets you do your own designs. And maybe I'll do that and just do swirls or something and just make it completely abstract. Or I might just stitch in the ditch. I don't know yet. Because with these being 3-inch square, actually technically 2.5-inch squares, I could do stitch in the ditch, and where you go, you know, along the lines that you've already stitched. And that way I don't, because these dots are busy. And then in the white, it's like a leafy, viney thing for the white. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't want to overpower. I don't want it to be too much. Does that make sense? So I might just do stitch in the ditch. Yeah, I might do that. And leave the freehand motion sewing for another day. Because I'm definitely going to use my sewing machine for it. just don't know what I want to do yet. We will see. We will see. But no matter which one, that was what I was going to tell y'all. So the design I saw had 5 squares, and they used a light and a dark for their squares. I mean, for their interlocking blocks, so to speak. And I was like, you know what? I need 6 because y'all know my love of rainbows. I love rainbow everything. And it's just because it's rainbows. It has nothing to do with any of the other stuff. Because, you know, it became a pride symbol. And there's nothing wrong with it being a pride symbol. But I was a lover of rainbows before it became a pride symbol. So you will see rainbow a lot on my channel. You will see a lot of it. And I look at it like this. We can all share rainbows, right? That's all. It doesn't matter why you like a rainbow or what it represents to you. And, you know, I do love seeing all these rainbow things, whether it's a pride symbol or whether it's just someone who, like me, who just loves rainbows. But there's nothing prettier than rainbow colors. And I knew that I wanted to do something with rainbow in it. So that's why I chose this. And so since I did want to do the rainbow color, I needed 6 interlocking blocks. So that's where I had to take just my love of figuring things out and making things my own and doing this. It's a little big for my table, but I had already had it in my mind that I wanted to do 3-inch blocks. I wanted to cut 3-inch blocks. It might have been different if I'd done like a jelly roll, but these are fabrics I cut out of remnants. So I didn't really have a jelly roll in mind, though I have since bought a rainbow jelly roll. It would have been better if I'd done that, if they'd gotten here before I did this, let's just say. Maybe. I don't know. I liked cutting them. And I have this handy dandy little 3 by 18 inch quilting ruler. And I think this is the very first ruler I ever bought for my sewing. And I love it. It's a perfect strip. I mean, it's perfect for these right here because I just cut the whole strip using this. And then I cut the 3-inch, you know, sections out of it. And if I have to make my own jelly roll strips, I think I'll stick with 3 inches. As long as I'm not using a quilting pattern, if I'm doing my own thing, that'll work. Or if I'm using a quilting pattern and it calls for the 2.5-inch strips, I can do these 3-inch strips, just know they're going to be a little bigger. The final product will, you know, be a little bigger. And 9 times out of 10, that's perfectly fine with quilting, right? Fine with sewing and, yeah. Not sewing garments, because unless you need it to be upsized. But anyway, I am my brain is just firing way too fast for me today. It's a good thing, and I'm in a good mood, but when I am this, I need to stop talking and start doing. So if I were to have made or brought my stuff in here to crochet, I could have been crocheting this handle, and it would have tampered down some of the jumping ahead that my brain wants to do while I'm talking to y'all. It's okay. I'm about to get off here anyway. So, like I said, I will probably get more into the knitting and crochet if I do decide to open up custom orders on the website, to where I don't feel like I have to make all these bags to put on my website so that my stock doesn't get too low. But it's not only just wanting to fill my website, it's the desire to make all these cute little ideas I have in my head. And that can be a real problem for a crafter. Y'all know this, because we want to do all these different things and there's not enough time to do them. I mean, I wish that we had endless amount of time to where, we do have endless amount of time in a way. We can focus on one thing and get it done, and that's my personality. I tend to focus on something until it gets done. And then we have those of you who like to flit around and spread their making capabilities amongst several projects at a time. And that's the way y'all thrive. And I love that. I mean, I love the different ways that us as creators and makers and crafters, we take different paths to get from point A to point B. 9 times out of 10, we all end up at point B. Unless you're just one of those UFOs that never gets finished. Then your crafter or maker never got to point B. But and then you have those that, end up in the frog pond. And you have to get frogged, and yeah. So it's so amazing that we all take different paths, or we might take similar paths, and some of us take a left turn, or we take a shortcut, or the community is so varied and so vast and so amazing. It just blows my mind. Because if there's one thing that I'm super grateful for that has happened in my lifetime, it is the creation of YouTube and the community that it does allow us to have. Because YouTube was never a thing when I first started knitting and crocheting. Websites were a thing. Still photos on blogs were a thing. And that opened up the door to YouTube, I think. But YouTube in and of itself, because there's so many of us on here that share what we do, and we inspire, and, sometimes we enable, we encourage. And for that, I meant for yarn and fabric and such like that, because I'm not calling names, but you know who you are. Little Miss buying all the cotton I'm talking about. Anyway, I haven't heard from you in a minute, so if you're watching this, let me know you're okay. Just pop me an email if you don't want to you don't want to say hey in the comments, but because I've been thinking about you a lot lately. With the influx of all the new people, I don't want your voice to get overpowered to where I miss one of your comments. So if you've commented and I haven't seen you, pop me an email. Let me know you're okay. But anyway, there's several of you that pop up in my comments all the time, and I still see you. But there's one or two that I've kind of gotten a little worried about, because I haven't seen either one of them in a minute. One, I know I can send them a text because I know her phone number. She sent me an email and yeah, so I might reach out to her. But anyway, you see, I'm holding my hands together so they don't flit around like little butterflies. But I'm gonna get off here. Sorry about that. I'm gonna get off here, and I think I might pre-make some liners. Oh, before I go, I almost forgot. I told you I was going to share that knitting pattern with you. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up on my laptop. It's on my phone, which I'm recording on my phone, so I can't show you there. Let me open another tab. I rebooted my laptop because it said I had an update to do, and it changed my background picture. I was like, don't do that. This is a free Ravelry pattern. And let me see. I'm signed in where it remembers me on my phone. Nope. Not on here. Alright, so hang tight. It's going to take a second. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm pinching and poking because my typing is so off with the missing pinky nail. Apparently I did not do it right. Hold on. Alright, make sure I don't have caps lock on because sometimes I do that. Not gonna lie. My finger will get crazy and it'll hit the caps lock. Yeah. Okay, so let me go to my library. I think it's called Catmint. Catmint. Yes. It is a free pattern. Let me see if I can go. See, the thing is, I don't know if... yeah, here it goes. Okay. I'm going to try to show you the best I can with my laptop. If it doesn't work, just know I will link it down in the description below. But my poor laptop's going to get manhandled for a moment. I hope this shows y'all. I'm thinking about doing it in that yarn that I showed y'all that I caked up. It's the KC cotton yarn from Joann. And I think I'm going to do it because this is the V-neck. And it has something called... hold on, let me turn this back to where I can see it. She says in her little description, it says, hold on, they have a French version and they have an English translation and a French version. So she says Catmint is a very boxy V-neck tee with a polo placket. What is a placket? And why don't I know what that means? It looks like it is where it comes down in the V, like it overlaps it. Maybe that's the placket. And why haven't I ever heard that term before? Is it because she's French? And that's more of a French term that they've translated it into American terms? Or am I that out of it? Y'all, you know I don't really do patterns that much. So, I don't know. But I really like this. She has a twisted rib V-neck collar, the end of the sleeves, and the end of the shirt. Now, she said it's twisted rib with lace details. I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, she said twisted rib with lace detailing adorns the hem, neckline, and cap sleeves. I don't think I'm going to... I might do the twisted rib. I've never done a twisted rib. I've just done a regular 1x1 rib or 2x3 or, you know, so, or 3x1. You know, I've done multiple numbers of the width of the ribs and everything. But I've never done a twisted rib. So I might try that, like I do. I'm thinking I might do a gauge on this one. I don't know, because she said hers has an ease of 4 to 6 inches of positive ease, or 4 to 8 inches of positive ease. So I need to figure out, you know, I might end up doing a gauge for this one, because I don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to you know, if it fits like this, I'll be happy. I like this little shirt. This is probably 4 inches on the bust area. Now, everywhere else, it's a little bit more than 4 inches positive ease. But in the bust area, it's probably maybe a 4-inch positive ease. Maybe. I don't know. So, I want to get that on my knitting needles. And I might do that after I get off here. Even though I just said I wanted to start liners. See my problem, y'all? See my problem? So, hopefully, I can show y'all what I've started. Because the way this is constructed, you do the back of the yoke, the back first, and then you pick up stitches over the shoulder to bring it down for the front. And then after the underarms, you combine it into... and working around the rest of the way down. But I am going to, I already know, since I did that, I finished my other t-shirt, I do know that I'm going to do a split hem. I love the split hem. For a couple reasons. One, I have no behind at all to mention. Okay? And a regular hem accentuates my little flat self. At least with the split hem, it gives some opening so that there's some movement back there to where it's not clicking, it's not, you know, sticking to my non-behind. And I like the look of the split hem. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to, any shirt that I make from here forward will probably have a split hem in it. And... yes, I know there's a lot of ums and anyways and everything like that in this video. And yeah, today is that kind of day. I'm sorry it's that kind of day for y'all. But I'm excited to get that cast on. And I'm thinking I might want to do the gauge swatch today. I want to cast on right now. I'm not even going to lie. I want to cast it on. But I think I might need to do a gauge swatch. And at the bottom of that gauge swatch, I might try that twisted rib to see if I like the twisted rib or if I want to do a regular rib neckline, sleeves, and hem. So I know I'm not going to do the lace part. It's a cute little feature, but the yarn that I'm going to be using is going to be too busy for it. Now, if I were doing a solid color, yeah, maybe. Because that way, that could be the feature. But anyway, I am going to get off of here. I have rambled on long enough. I have no clue how long I've rambled because I stopped and took the dog out. But I hope y'all have a great one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, your night, whenever you're watching me. And... you know, like always, do something you enjoy. Hang out with people you enjoy. Do anything that makes you happy today. Because everybody needs a little bit of happy in their day. I will see y'all later. Bye for now.